AXA Bank announced the launch of its API. So we're talking about open banking, innovation, basically giving access to your precious customer informations and urging so other companies, third parties, small companies sometimes, to basically create an application, so a layer which is customized and which is basically better suited to the customer's expectations. So the idea is to innovate more quickly, okay, to provide better customer experience, and banks basically realize, they appreciate that they can't necessarily do that in a timely manner. And maybe they don't have the skills, again, to focus on specific applications like mobile, for instance, yeah? So that's AXA Bank, so congratulations. Of course, I'm eager to see how it develops, how successful they'll become in the next few months. They're not the first ones to do so. The French banking industry has established itself as the leading and the most innovative banking industry worldwide, I'm tempted to say, not just because I'm French. But a few months ago, Crédit Agricole, via the Fédération Nationale du Crédit Agricole, so let's say the holding entity, Crédit Agricole being a group of 39 regional banks in France, yeah. Crédit Agricole launched its own CA, so CAS store, Crédit Agricole store, which is basically an application store, and again doing the same thing, yeah. They provided as well an API, an SDK, and they urge third parties to come and build applications for their clients, okay? Focus on security for both initiatives, very innovative, again, few differences. Crédit Agricole, not only they launched that API and SDK, but they also created a digital cooperative. So basically, they're very loyal, of course, to their values, which is a great trait of Crédit Agricole, focused on people, focused on community knowledge, focused on their relationships with small businesses, large businesses, and their values, again, of cooperation. Not only they will invite third parties to contribute and go through a selection process, of course, a bit like Apple and its App Store, but they will invite those companies to join the digital cooperative, which means they'll have their say in terms of the strategy of the initiative overall, right? So it's a fascinating topic. Yeah? AXA Bank, it seems like it's a more classic approach to an app store, okay? They still invite third parties to contribute, and they'll still select them, okay? But there's not that notion of cooperative, which makes sense. This is, again, loyal to the Crédit Agricole values, so which is specific in the French banking industry, yeah? Another difference with the AXA Bank's initiative, to promote it and create some buzz, they decided to launch what they call the first edition of a kind of contest, urging third parties to come, to join, and to create or submit ideas for the best applications, okay, using this API. So there's a contest. Of course, it's a great way to create buzz, and hopefully it's rewarding enough to attract the right third parties and partners. So companies have until the 21st of May 2012 to enter, and the winner will win 50,000 euros, right? They'll have to, their initiatives will be reviewed by a jury. Today there's 5 people, I believe, mainly from AXA, as you would imagine. So that's an interesting aspect, and we'll see how popular it gets. So fantastic, I'm all about opening, and it's good that banks, at last, they appreciate and basically they admit that they can't innovate so quickly. So it's great that they will deal with third parties again, and sometimes very small companies. So that's fantastic, but of course, they need to convince those companies to take part, yeah? They need to provide something which is rewarding enough, which makes sense from an economic point of view as well. So I'm interested in the business models and the revenue model for those partners, especially with, again, the initiative from AXA Bank. So we'll see how it goes. Of course, the size of the opportunity, the number of registered and active users, that is for mobile banking or online banking, that will make a difference as well, yeah. It's a bit like developing an app on iPad or iPhone versus developing an app on Android, yeah. Of course, the ecosystem is important. the number of users is super important as well. So based on those basics of open banking, API and scale, Crédit Agricole, I believe, is in a better position to succeed. But both aim to change the banking industry. Both companies aim basically to urge other financial institutions to open up and use similar APIs. So what do you think? How successful do you think they'll be? I'm interested, for instance, in the response from other financial institutions like BNP Paribas and Société Générale. What are they going to do? How quickly will they react? How big will be the innovation coming from those huge financial institutions in France? We will see, but I very much look forward to starting reading your feedback and engaging in conversations online. So that's Christophe Langlois on Visible Banking in London,